told you we have two wonderful guests in the house. They've actually been in here before, and we still have them back to discuss some issues. But basically, this is good news. Good news from Africa. I mean, for all of us, good news from Africa for those of you out there. So this is a good news segment, and we're gonna have a wonderful interview.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news. Well, my two guests happen to be Collins and Antoinette, and both of them, I mean, they took part in the GenX Bright Ideas challenge. Antoinette was with Team Knock Knock Market, and Collins was he's part of. There were four people in the Team Clade. So I have them in the studio with me. Hi guys,
Hi.
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
How are you guys feeling today?
I'm okay.
Yeah, okay. We thank God for that. Collins, how are you feeling?
Quite good. Quite good.
That's also great. It's a good start. So, Gen X Bright Ideas finally over.
Yeah.
Not entirely.
Not entirely still.
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, well done to you guys. I mean, your teams did well. I mean, should I say, fought a good fight. Kept moving till the end until the final of the whole thing. So it's not really, I mean, exciting, but you guys didn't win. And, you know, as we all know, it's not just about winning.
Yeah.
The most important thing is about learning. So I believe you guys have learned a lot from this competition. You've learned a lot. As much as you didn't take the trophy home, you've learned everything that
Yeah.
was part of the process.
Yeah.
Okay, we're happy for that. So can you tell us how it felt like to be interrogated by those esteemed judges? I mean, you brought an idea and you had a panel of esteemed judges just grilling you left, right, center. How did you feel, Collins?
Well, I just tried to be as clear as possible because I like for my ideas to be fully understood before being refuted or being told I'm wrong. I don't want to feel like I didn't put everything on the table or I didn't put everything on the plate. I want everybody to feel like they understand the situation before they say this is right and this can work or this is wrong. So I felt happy to be given the opportunity to kind of expand on what I had developed with the team, and I kind of liked a lot of the questions because it made us think do things that we hadn't kind of thought of before or things that we hadn't planned for earlier, right? So yeah, it was quite good.
Antoinette?
Initially, I was quite anxious and nervous about how it was going to be like, even though it was online and wasn't face to face. But as I progressed to present, I was a bit calm, and the feedback from the judges were positive, and they made a few suggestions which I think were very helpful.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is great. That is great. I mean, everybody gets butterflies in their stomach sometimes. Yeah. So, how would you say you performed?
Well, well, aside the rankings, I think we all did quite well on the day, actually. Giving all the data hiccups and a few inconsistencies, we all did well on the day. And looking at our journey from the beginning, actually, from our first pitch, even Shirley spoke about how we had developed over time and become better while pitching over and over again and testing things and making changes and failing and making changes and getting better. So I feel like we all did really, really well, and it's not easy to be an entrepreneur. It's not easy at all. But
Definitely not.
yeah, but it has to be done. It has to be done.
Yeah, it really has. Antoinette?
I did better because we before the actual pitch, we had a series of live rehearsals for the pitch, and Miss Shelley corrected us a few times, so we took the feedback and worked on it, so it was better, and I was happy with that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, the most important thing is being happy with
Yeah.
yourself first about what you have done. I mean, if you feel content and you know you, like Colin said, if he knows he put everything he had out there,
Yeah.
so then he doesn't really have any remorse for that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you didn't win. Yes, not really the best, but are you still pursuing your bright idea?
Of course. Okay, so for our team, we were seeking to pursue the idea regardless of whether there was going to be a competition or not. So the competition was basically just a test
Okay.
platform to see if our idea actually made sense to people who were experienced in the field, because we knew the people who would be judging had worked with companies and businesses that are actually in operation. So this was basically just a test to see if people actually like the idea and people actually patronize it. So we actually won because we got very positive results and we got very positive feedback and all of that. And we kind of got our name out earlier than we expected we would get it out. So that's quite good for us actually. Yeah.
I'm happy about the fact that you said you actually won. So for you, it wasn't just about the competition; it was
No.
about testing the waters and
Yeah,
being sure that you were getting the right wind to sail your flight.
exactly.
That is great, Antoinette.
For me, currently, I don't have the goal of pursuing it, but I have a long-term goal of pursuing it. Yeah,
Okay, you currently don't have the goal of pursuing because of school.
yeah.
Okay,
So, time.
for now you're just stepping small on the
Yes.
brakes. Yeah, just to be able to put the books in there.
Yeah.
But it's still in your heart. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
something
it's
you're
not-
giving up on.
No, not at all.
Well, that is great. So, well, we know that as part of the Bright Ideas Challenge, I mean, they provide mentorship, and I just want to find out first: are you still benefiting from the mentorship?
Yes, I am still benefiting. I even have a session today.
Wow, that is great. So, I mean, could you share with us first? I mean, some of the business empowerment activities that you've been involved in.
Okay, so since the beginning of the journey, we've been taking through things such as personal branding, values, productivity and automating tools that we can use to increase our productivity, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, because we know that sometimes you might not even get time to do certain things, and having tools that can be automated can help increase your productivity. So yeah.
So that makes the work easier for you.
Yeah,
Well, that is great. Collins, are you still receiving mentorship?
Yes. We're also having a session on Monday. But aside the sessions, we got to meet people from other incubators and some investment villages and those kind of things. And I kept contact with most of them. So we still chat, even though the official sessions are kind of done. So you get to learn from them on the go, and you get to ask more questions as and when the time comes. So yeah. Plus, we're graduating this year. Most of the people in my team are graduating this year. So we're kind of just phasing the venture in right after graduation. So yeah, just
Well, that's awesome. So you've already got a speed train to jump on board when you're out of school. That is good. That is great. So you guys have built contacts, which
Yeah.
will be very essential and crucial for your ideas. I mean, when you start putting them into motion.
Yeah.
That is great. So just share with us. I mean, competition is over. Yes, you're receiving mentorship and you've learned a lot of things. But what do you have planned now?
For me, right at the moment, I'm more into trying to gain more skills and more knowledge that will help me on my journey, because I know that it's not something you just wake up one day and say, I want to be an entrepreneur, so I'm just setting up a business. You need to adopt certain skills, certain knowledge. So yeah, that's what I'm focusing on right now, because I don't have much time, but I have some time.
So you're trying to make the best of the time you
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Yes, well that is great. Collins?
okay. So before the competition, we set up a 7-year plan of where we wanted to be. Right. So this year of graduation, 2021, is year zero. So within year zero, we're trying to do all the background work, all the logistics setups, all the partnerships, get everything laid out before the service actually starts rolling out. So that's what we're working on right now, and that's where our sessions are directed towards. Because before the competition, we had people in finance, marketing. I was doing the IT work, and then we have people who work on the other stuff. So we just needed information and help with logistics and like moving stuff around, even though the borders are kind of like closed
Closed,
and
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're listening, you trust me. If you didn't get to take part in this cycle, next cycle is coming soon. With everything I'm hearing, in fact, we're all taking part in the next cycle because the GenX Bright Ideas Challenge has given them a lot, and the impact, as you can hear yourself, is really great. And this is just the beginning of the beginning, which they're about to start. So, would you share with us how you plan to raise alternative funding? I mean, to get your idea started or to keep it going. How do you plan to raise funds?
Okay, as we talked about earlier, we use this time to also build contacts with other people. So I see that as an opportunity to gain funding from people who are also known as angel investors. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically my main way I'll get funding if I'm to pursue the business idea.
Okay, that's a great one. So you're just gonna hook and keep the contacts that
Yes.
you've kept, exactly.
Yeah, okay. So we plan to use the contacts more immediately than she is. So angel investors
Mm-hmm.
and as well as it's a partnership. So
Mm-hmm.
as the main partner starting the company, we're also putting a bit of skin,
That's true. Say so skin. Okay, you're also putting a part of the contribution
Yes.
down, and then you're still looking at angel investors.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this
'Cause
this this is great. This is great. I mean, in if in a simple sentence, how would you guys define the journey so far?
entrepreneurship. That's it.
That is
That's it.
that just captures the whole journey
Just
for
captures
you,
the whole journey.
Antoinette.
For me, it has been tough, but it teaches me that you don't just you don't have to say that I want to do this and sit there and think that it will come to you. You have to work for it. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's not about working hard, it's about working smart.
Yeah.
Mm, that's how I think.
That is great. Okay, you just mentioned it's not about working hard; it's about working smart. Okay, so at this point, I just want to tap a little bit into your working smart skills. I mean, for someone listening, how would you define working smart?
Working smart in the sense that some people think, okay, in this case,
Mm-hmm.
mostly when you're setting up a business, it takes much time, a lot of time to get the foundation right, and then after a while, you don't have much work to do. I don't know if you are getting it. Like the foundation is very hard to
Very
build.
important. Mm-hmm.
That's the part where you put all your work into,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, it's basically about how you keep it standing. And mostly what I've learned from people who are already at the top is that they spend most of their years building up their business, sleeping late, staying up overnight, working on their business ideas and everything. And after, they have more time to themselves. They don't have to pursue this 9 to 5 jobs and get caught up in the rat race. So that's what I think. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it for you. Wait, great, Collins.
So like I said, it's entrepreneurship. It's a journey, basically. It's a story of ups and downs, but
Yeah, but how would you define the working smart?
working smart.
Because some people
Well, I
believe you
didn't
have to
say
work
actually.
smart instead of working hard.
Yes, well, it takes working hard to work smart.
Okay, that's another.
So, cause for example, in my how do you call in my experience,
Mm-hmm.
um, when you do some projects on the side or you do some internships and those kind of things, uh, you have to have done some hard work before you get conversant with the field in order to be able to find it
Mhm.
easy to break into maybe the banking sector and then be able to consult on, oh, this is how your database should look like, or oh, this is how your structure should look like. But it seems easy when you're just saying it and people are just, oh wow, he knows what he's doing. They start putting stuff together, but you had to do some hard work before time. So yeah, it takes hard work to work smart.
Well, you heard it. It takes hard work to work smart. So, well, before I let the two of you go, I mean, we've come to the end of a successful interview, but before I let the two of you go, how do you guys feel about going back to school?
So
Because you had to rush
Yeah.
here after a test. Yes. So, how
Right.
do you feel?
So okay, so my school has started online.
Mhm.
So Ashesi has started online. Plus, uh, they've allowed some students who were having trouble getting internet access and other situations come on campus. So
Mhm.
they're gradually phasing us in as time goes on, right? So in January, the first years would go and join those people. Then final year students who are going to do the final projects will join, and so on and so forth, right? So, in terms of going to school in the midst of this whole pandemic kind of thing, I feel like it may seem scary, but it depends on how you feel like you keep yourself safe or those kind of things. Because my dad is a medical person or a first responder basically, and we've had to come to terms with the fact that he would have to go out and go save lives every day. He can't just stay at home because, oh no, he's scared of getting the virus. even though maybe you can say, oh, these people are high risk, but he has to do his job. So in as much as troubles come our way, life has to go on. We grow, we adapt, we get better.
Well, that is true. Very important.
For me, I see, I'm quite happy about it because it's been a long break from school.
So when some don't want to go back, some are missing school already.
And also, I see it as the fact that this has happened doesn't mean that the world has ended. I mean, life still has to move on. Even though we have to still follow the protocols and everything, you still have to do your part of protecting yourself, because in the end, you can't blame anyone if you are to get fall sick or anything. So you, the individual, have to do your part and also put in an effort in your studies as you go back. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, this has been great. It's been great having you guys in the studio. Great talking to you, and it definitely was worth shifting the theme for you guys. Okay, you're still listening to the Africa Daily Show, and I was just talking to Collins and Antoinette from Team Clade and Team Knock Knock Market from the just ended GenX Bright Ideas 2020 challenge. When the next cycle comes, please, in fact, we'll be announcing it here. Look for pen, paper, please. To my iPhone saved families, book a calendar session with Siri. Just let her remind you so that you immediately sign up when the next cycle comes. But this has been great. It's been great listening to you guys, the impact, the lessons. It tells us that the Gen X is not just about a challenge or winning something, but it really impacted your lives and brought about a lot of change. Well, we'll still be following your journey as you move on. I mean, we're not giving up on you guys, so you guys cannot give up on the bright idea at all.